Have you ever dreamed of running a sushi bar? Well, in Ugoku Sushi Bar, you can do just that. Hi there, I'm Shark, and I've been playing Ugoku Sushi Bar ahead of its release. And today, we're going to see if this management sim is worth adding to your library, or if you should just leave it sitting on the conveyor belt. Let's dive into it. Today, we'll be reviewing based on a 5-shark system. There will be 5 categories that each get their own ratings out of 5 sharks. First, their story. Is there any? If there is it good, interesting, engaging? Then we have gameplay. This covers controls, mechanics, the game loop, and if it even is fun to play. Next is presentation, and that's about how the game comes across aesthetically. That's the graphics, the animation, the music. Next is the depth of the game. How much is there to explore? Is there meaningful progression, customization, replayability? Are there secrets waiting to be discovered? And finally, there's polish. This is where I look at the tech side of things, such as bugs, performance, user interface, accessibility, and quality of life. Hopefully, this shiver of friends helps you decide the final question. Is this the game for you? Now, let's get into Ugoku Sushi Bar. Going into story, I won't lie, when I first started playing I thought there may not be a story simply because I hadn't even been told about chopsticks or really anything navigating NPCs. However, once I unlocked the black market and was able to start gifting chopsticks, we started finding out about the customers that we've been serving. So far, I found out that at least 2 of them are kitsunes, and I absolutely love that. That's adorable. I do wish the town and characters felt more lively. For example, little thought bubbles that pop up over their head as they wait or eat, maybe more unique movements and traits, just something to keep them from feeling so flat, outside of getting those bits of information from the chopsticks. I did have to restart my progress due to running out of money when I needed to buy an item to progress, and so I did not get as far as I wanted into the game, but I did get several characters started on the road of gifting. So for what I've seen so far, they're all very interesting characters. I would just like to have more immersion with them. Because of the guidance of the NPCs being time-gated, as well as any NPC interaction or immersion being behind that, I personally feel that this is 3 out of 5 sharks, just because I want more. I want to feel immersed. I want to feel like I'm part of the town, not just serving the people of the town. Talking about gameplay. Controls in the game are pretty basic, with using your mouse for selecting and your A and D key for moving the overview left or right. There is an option of a drag and drop toggle in the settings for those who would rather drag to locations than click. Options to be able to remap controls are currently unavailable, and controller support is not available either. The Steam Deck compatibility is listed as playable, but when I tested an Xbox controller connected to my PC, the game did not respond to any button input except for B. Explanations in this game are little to none. Even with the tutorial, I was often left having to go by trial and error to figure out some mechanics. For example, there is something informing the player that the matcha grown in your house respawns. Initially, I'd planted 3 pots because I thought I would harvest them all and then replant, getting several at a time to be efficient. Suddenly, half my planters were matcha with no option to remove said plant. Perhaps this is something that would change later on in the game through some kind of unlock or ability to remove a plant, but the lack of direction around things that left me wanting better guidance. I also noticed that if food was accidentally put on the wrong plate or something like matcha is put on the conveyor, there is no way to undo that action. The entire day it just loops the restaurant, reminding you that you messed up. The gameplay loop is fairly simple. You start a new day and run the restaurant by making sushi and sides, washing dishes, gifting customers chopsticks to learn more about them, cleaning, and time management. After the restaurant is closed, you can play a daily casino card game that involves matching dice to cards, fishing and preparing caught fish, restocking ingredients at the various stores, including the black market, as well as just enjoying the vibes of the neighborhood. You can plant matcha and other necessary plants in your house, and you can even hang out with your cat. You can purchase upgrades for the restaurant and make improvements through the tool shop. They even have alternative banners for the restaurant with some really cute designs. Mandatory tasks will be listed at the top right under today's task. These must be done to go forward. This is actually where I ran into an issue where I got a tad excited about buying the different banners to see them up and ran out of money on the same day I happened to need to purchase a frying pan to progress. I was in a loop of being too poor to progress the game forward and had to restart my progress. Oops. Is it fun? As far as task management games go, I would say yes, I had fun. There's enough variety between task and minor needs like refilling and restocking that the game manages to save itself from being too redundant, even with repeating the same gameplay loop. I have noticed that as I have become more comfortable with the game and am able to attend more customers, I'm able to play to the difficulty I'm wanting to for that day. So if I know I'm saving up for something like a cute banner, I can really push myself without feeling overloaded and still come out with more money than I would on a day where I'm just casually serving sushi. The game also challenges me a bit to remember certain details, like how the soap isn't restocked at the store like everything else, but rather ordered to be restocked the next day. It helps to giving a true feel to having to manage even the minor things of a restaurant. Comparing the overall feel of the gameplay to the limited functionality in the controls of the game, as well as the general lack of direction and explanation, I'm going to give 3 out of 5 sharks. The gameplay loop overall is fun enough that once I learned to adjust enough for these quality of life issues, I rather forgot about them all entirely. That being said, these are things that should certainly be fixed going forward. Going into presentation, I'm going to be upfront. I think this game is adorable. I love the art style. I love the designs of the various NPCs, and having confirmed a couple are kitsunes already, I'm genuinely curious what the other characters could be. I love the mix of Japanese lore with managing a modern sushi restaurant. The game's colors I feel are bright and pleasant without being incredibly difficult on the eyes. The music is actually so relaxing. Even after 6 hours of gameplay, I hadn't gotten bored of it. The music is good enough that you appreciate it without being overbearing or becoming annoying. I really enjoy the art and style of this game, and I genuinely think this is so incredibly cute. So overall, 5 out of 5 sharks. As for depth, I would honestly give this game 2 out of 5. The reason for that is because I do feel like there is substance there, and the game certainly encourages you to continue playing for multiple in-game days, simply because of the time-gated unlocks for various content. However, outside of the character info sheets, we really aren't given too much to go off of for diving under the surface of the game. Which is totally fine. Some games are simply not meant to be that deep, and that's valid. However, I prefer a little bit more of a fleshed out location and story and narrative, even if it's a cute little shallow one. I personally would like to see that, and again, these are my initial impressions of the game, so with this, right now, 2 out of 5 sharks. Polish is where I think this game has the most potential to grow and will probably experience the most growing pains, if I'm being honest. I mentioned earlier about how the overall design of the game's introduction can leave a player rather confused and making simple yet costly mistakes like using too many pots on one plant with no way to undo the action. I also had a glitch where I put food on a plate as a clean plate was being delivered onto the same stack, and the food glitched, making the game not recognize the capability to pick up the plate. Because I couldn't pick it up, I couldn't serve it. But when attempting another dish, the plate was reading as already full, so I couldn't deliver it, but I also couldn't continue using that stack of plates. I really would like to see the UI be a little bit more user-friendly, as well as provide a general game guide. Most kitchen games I played also have the ability to throw away food, so having the problem of a plate staying occupied because you can't take the plate off the conveyor belt once placed and you have nowhere to throw food away that was incorrect is kind of a strange choice in my opinion. In my experience, that's a vital and basic function of cooking games, so not having it is definitely a choice. Overall, just because of these being factors I feel like should be part of the base functionality of a game like this, 2 out of 5 sharks. There's just so much that needs to be done to achieve what I would consider would be industry standard functionality for this type of game. I also wanted to advise that in my particular experience, I don't know if this is everyone's, but in mine, this game really doesn't like stopping. And what I mean by that is I will go into the game, I will play it, I will hit save, I'll do everything correctly when it comes to exiting out of the game, and on my Steam, it'll just say stopping. For example, I timed it to see if it would ever go away at any point, and it got to a point of about 10 minutes before I just force closed Steam. So that is another quality of life issue. I feel like a game should just be able to open and close, and whatever is causing that should be fixed. In the end, this game ended up receiving 3 sharks for story, 3 sharks for gameplay, 5 sharks for presentation, 2 sharks for depth, and 2 sharks for polish. After putting Ugoku Sushi Bar through the 5 shark system, it comes out with an average score of 3 out of 5 sharks. That's pretty solid middle ground. There are definitely things about this game I enjoyed. There are functions in this game that I thought genuinely were really cool. The first one being the ADHD autism filter in the settings, and the second one being how they clean fish on this game. I don't think that's a mechanic I've ever seen before, and I actually really enjoy it. I'd say if you're a fan of management sims and the idea of running your own sushi bar among kitsune neighbors sounds like your kind of thing, go for it. There is a demo option on Steam as well, so if you'd like to try it yourself first, give it a try. No commitment. But that's my take. What do you think? Are you going to give Ugoku Sushi Bar a try, or is it getting left on the conveyor belt? Let me know down below, and if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and subscribe as it helps a shark out a lot. I do want to thank Rogue Duck for the free copy of the game. And while I'm just now reviewing it a day before release, I'm so excited and so grateful, and honestly, I can't wait to play some more. Again, this has been Shark, and I appreciate you all so much for hanging out. Whatever timeline you're in, I hope you have a great one. See you next time.